John Finolio here in studio with a look at how they're trying to combat the interference and what President Trump is saying about it tonight. John.
Well, Cord and Micah, tonight President Trump and his national security team again appear at odds over Russian election interference. His own intelligence chiefs say American democracy is under attack ahead of the November midterms. But the president continues to send mixed messages.
Thank you very much, Pennsylvania. Thank you.
Less than 100 days until the November midterms, and President Trump is back on the campaign trail, stumping for Republicans, rallying his base, and again denouncing the Russia investigation.
Now we're being hindered by the Russian hoax. It's a hoax, okay?
His comments come just hours after his national security team stood in the White House and issued a blunt warning about threats to U.S. elections.
We continue to see a pervasive messaging campaign by Russia to try to weaken and divide the United States.
Our democracy itself is in the crosshairs.
Make no mistake, the scope of this foreign influence threat is both broad and deep.
Director of National Intelligence Dan Coats insisted the president has directed his intel agencies to make countering Russian election interference a top priority. If that's true, the president has not done so publicly. Rather, his past statements about Russia's attack on U.S. elections have been tepid at best. When given the opportunity to condemn Vladimir Putin in Finland last month, Mr. Trump rolled over for the Russian president.
He just said it's not Russia. I will say this, I don't see any reason why it would be.
Then questioned U.S. intelligence.
I hold both countries responsible, and I think we're all to blame.
After his support for Putin sparked bipartisan outrage, Trump walked back his comments somewhat.
I accept our intelligence community's conclusion that Russia's meddling in the 2016 election took place. Could be other people also.
As for what he and Putin discussed behind closed doors, DNI Coats appeared to say he wasn't fully sure.
I'm not in a position to either understand fully or talk about what happened at Helsinki.
On Wednesday, Senate Republicans blocked Democratic efforts to provide $250 million to help states bolster election and voting security. Similarly, Congress had allotted $380 million in security grants back in March after intelligence reports detailed ongoing efforts by Russia to interfere in U.S. elections. But House Republicans blocked that push last month. I'll send it back to you.
Thank you, John.